Find a comfortable seat in Virasana, sitting on a block. Rest your hands on your thighs and take a deep breath in, shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears and relaxing them down as you breathe out. And breathing in again, relaxing your shoulders down as you breathe out. And one more time, breathing in, shrugging up your shoulders and relaxing them down as you breathe out. And if you haven't already, gently closing your eyes and taking a moment to find stillness. Allow your breathing to normalize and your muscles to relax completely. Bringing yourself back and taking one hand to your heart and the other on top of that hand, lowering your mind down to your heart and breathing deeply into your heart center. Relax your arms down at your sides and take a full deep breath in as you extend your arms overhead, breathing out, allowing them to fall down at either side of your body. Breathing in, extending all the way up, and breathing out, floating your arms all the way back down. Continue doing this at your own pace. As you breathe in, extend your arms all the way up and hinge over to the right hand side, drawing that opposite hip down, taking a breath in, extending up and over to the opposite side. Take another deep breath in and out. And on your next inhalation, extending your arms all the way up and then interlacing your hands behind your head, opening up your chest as you breathe in and curling into a ball as you breathe out. And again, breathing in, opening up your chest and breathing out, curling into a ball. One more time, breathing in, opening up the chest, and as you breathe out, curling into a ball. Breathe in, come back up and gently twist over to the left hand side. And gently release the twist. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, twisting over to the opposite side. Breathing in, release your twist and come off your block and into tabletop position. A few cat and cows, breathing in, releasing your spine, and as you breathe out, curling your spine up like a cat. Going at your own pace, releasing your spine gently up and down. Then you can start to rotate your hips and your rib cage. There's no right or wrong way. You're just rotating your hips around in one direction and then reversing in the opposite direction. You can make this as small or as big as you'd like. You can bend your elbows. You can lean back, whatever feels good in your body and releases your spine. Taking a deep breath in, extend your right arm up towards the sky. Breathing out, thread the needle underneath the left hand and relax your right ear down onto the mat. Take a deep breath in, releasing back to tabletop. As you breathe in, the left arm goes up and threads the needle underneath the right hand, the left ear coming down onto the mat. Breathing in back to tabletop, gently tucking in your toes and pushing back to your first downward dog, bending your knees well and pedaling your feet, releasing those calf muscles and hamstrings. You can turn your foot so that you stretch the front of your foot. And then coming forward into a wave and back into a downward dog. So breathing into a high plank, bending your knees back into downward dog. And once you've done that a few times, coming back to downward facing dog and staying in the position, breathing, drawing the chest towards the thighs, anchoring down into the mat. Gently walk your feet up to the front of your mat and hang the head and the arms completely in Uttanasana. You can shake your head no to release it. You can hold on to your elbows if that feels good for you. You can sway if it feels good for you, or you can just stay in the position and relax down. Releasing your hands, slowly begin to roll up vertebrae by vertebrae until you come to a full standing position in Tadasana. Take a moment to breathe in your arms all the way up. As you breathe out, swan dive down to Uttanasana. Breathing in Ardha Uttanasana, hands flat on the mat, step back to your plank position. Knees on the mat, heart forward, all the way down. Breathing in Baby Cobra. Breathing out, pushing back into your tabletop and into your Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking a deep breath in as you walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. Ardha Uttanasana as you breathe in. Uttanasana release. And as you breathe in, your arms floating all the way up through prayer to Tadasana. And again, breathing in, arms all the way up. Breathing out, swan dive all the way down, Uttanasana. Breathing in, Ardha Uttanasana, hands flat, step back to your plank position, heart forward, knees on the mat all the way down. Breathing in, pushing up to Cobra. Breathing out, release. Breathing in, push back, tabletop, and into your downward facing dog. As you breathe in, look forward and step or hop to the front of your mat. Ardha Uttanasana, breathing out, Uttanasana. As you breathe in, your arms float all the way up to prayer position in Tadasana. Take a deep breath in, extend your arms up as you breathe out, swan dive all the way down. Breathing in, Ardha Uttanasana, hands flat. Step your right foot back into a low lunge and start to rock backwards and forwards, stretching into the hip flexors and into the hamstrings. Flexing forward into a low lunge and then stepping back into your plank position through your vinyasa, yogi's choice if you want to go through a chaturanga, and meeting back in your downward facing dog. Breathing in, stepping your right foot forward, release your back foot, low lunge. Weight shifts forwards and backwards to stretch into the hip flexors and the hamstrings. Lunging forward, arms float up to low lunge. Arms back down, stepping back to plank position through your Vinyasa, yogi's choice. If you want to place your knees down or you want to go straight through to your upward facing dog, and meeting back in your downward facing dog, taking a breath in as you walk your feet forward. Ardha Uttanasana, releasing into Uttanasana. And as you breathe in, your arms floating all the way up through prayer position, Tadasana. Breathing in, arms float up. Breathe out, swan dive down, Uttanasana. Breathing in, Ardha Uttanasana, step back to your plank position through your vinyasa and into downward facing dog. As you breathe in, lifting your right leg up towards the sky. Breathing out, step it through to warrior one. Step back, plank position through chaturanga and your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, extend your left leg up, step it all the way through, setting up for warrior one. Breathing out, arms back down, hands flat, step back to plank position through your vinyasa, yogi's choice, meeting back in your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in as you walk your feet forward. Ardha Uttanasana, breathing out Uttanasana. As you breathe in, your arms float all the way up and hands to prayer in Tadasana. Breathing in, arms float up. Breathing out, swan dive down. Ardha Uttanasana, as you breathe in, hands flat, step back to step your foot ready for warrior one. Holding in your warrior one. Bending that front knee as much as possible. Interlacing your hands behind your back, stretching into the elbows, into humble warrior. Dynamic movement, breathing in as you come up, breathe out, humble warrior. Breathe in as you come up, breathe out, humble warrior. Breathing in, come back up one more time. And as you breathe out into humble warrior, staying in the asana, holding it. And as you breathe in, coming all the way back up, turning your back foot straight, stepping forward into Virabhadrasana number 3, warrior 3. Arms can be at your sides, can be in prayer position. Choose what feels good for you. And then stepping back into your warrior one. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, hands back down to your mat, step back to plank, yogi's choice through your vinyasa to meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath and extend your right leg up towards the ceiling, bending your knee into your chest. Step it through, setting up for warrior one, extending your arms up and holding in the position. Make sure the hips are facing forward. On your next inhalation, interlace your hands behind your back, swapping the crossing of the fingers this time, and into your dynamic movement, humble warrior, and all the way back up. And again, humble warrior, bringing the body all the way back up. One more time, humble warrior, and breathing the body all the way back up. And on your next inhalation, into your humble warrior and staying in the asana. On your next inhalation, bringing the body back up, turning the back foot straight, and stepping into warrior three. Allow your hands to go into whichever position they would prefer. And then gently stepping back into warrior one, taking a deep breath in and breathing out, your hands back down to the mat, plank position through your Vinyasa yogi's choice, meeting back in warrior in downward facing dog. If at any time you need a child's pose, you're welcome to take it. As you breathe in, lifting your right leg up towards the ceiling, breathing out, bending your knee into a high plank. Breathing in, extending the leg back up and into a high plank as you breathe out. Doing that a few times until you take your knee across the body. Breathing in, lifting all the way up and taking the knee across to the left elbow, extending the leg into a fallen star position. Deep breath in and out. And then gently bringing that foot back into plank position through your vinyasa, yogi's choice. Breathing in, extending your left leg up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, bending it into your chest. And breathing in and breathing out into a high plank. And keeping this movement going for a few rounds. And then taking the knee across the body to the outside of the right elbow. And doing that a few times. Then holding the position, stretching that left leg. And setting up for your fallen star. Take a deep breath in, step that left foot back to plank through your vinyasa into your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and out. As you breathe in, extend your right leg up. Bring it all the way through, setting up for your pigeon pose. Make sure that your hips are facing forwards, that your back foot is untucked and not turned in. So make sure that your pinky toes are on the mat. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, gently fold forward and release your head down towards the ground. On your next inhalation, gently bring yourself back. Circle the left leg all the way around, cross it over your front leg, over your right thigh, setting up for your twist, extending your right arm up, left hand behind you, And as you breathe out, twisting over to the left, looking over your left shoulder towards the back wall. Always remember to breathe in as you extend the spine in a twist. And as you breathe out, gently twisting a little further. And gently releasing your twist, counter twisting. Then coming into a Navasana, so holding underneath your thighs, lifting your legs till they're parallel, your shins are parallel to the floor. You can either hold under your thighs or you can let go of your arms or extend your legs, but make sure that your back stays as straight as possible, that your chest stays as open as possible. Few breaths in this position. And gently release, curling yourself into a ball. And then bringing yourself all the way around into a plank position. And then through your Vinyasa yogi's choice. If at this point you'd like a child's pose, you're welcome to do that. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. As you breathe in, extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, bring your knee into your chest and set yourself up for your pigeon. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, gently release your body down towards the ground. Always thinking of drawing that right hip down. And on your next inhalation, coming up very slowly, circling that right leg all the way across the left thigh, setting yourself up for your Matsyendrasana twist. Right hand behind you, left arm extended up towards the sky. And as you breathe out, gently twisting over to your right, looking over your right shoulder. And gently releasing your twist, counter twisting briefly, and then back into your boat position, holding under your thighs or releasing. Or you can grab hold of your big toes with your peace fingers and extend your legs straight up in front of you, maintaining a nice flat back. You can play around opening your legs and closing them. And drawing your toes towards your face. And very gently releasing the asana and curling into a ball to relax your spine. And then coming into malasana, so your feet are as wide as your mat, toes turned out. In your squat, if you need, you can sit on a block or you can put your heels on top of a rolled up blanket if your heels don't come to the ground. Use your elbows to open up your thighs as much as possible and keep your chest as open as possible. And then gently releasing down and setting up for your bakasana, taking your hands in front of you, drawing your elbows back in line with your shoulders, getting yourself into a chaturanga position and balancing your knees on your upper arms, looking forward, and then gently releasing one foot at a time up into the air. Make sure you look forward, and if you're new to the pose, use a pillow in front of your face just in case you fall. Stepping back to plank position through your vinyasa, yogi's choice, and into your downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath and extend your right leg, opening up the hip, bending your knee, and then stepping that right foot back onto the ball of the foot and pushing your hips up, opening up your chest into wild thing. On your next inhalation, coming back through your three-legged dog and placing that foot down. Taking a deep breath in, extending your left leg up, opening up the hip, bending the knee, and gently placing that foot onto the ball behind you, extending your hips up, opening up the chest into wild thing. And on an inhalation, using your abdominals to lift your leg back up to three-legged dog and placing that foot back down. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, knees onto the ground, open them up, big toes together, relaxing down into your child's pose. Take your hands at your sides just to release your upper back. And then gently, as you breathe in, rolling up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Taking your block, placing it between your thighs, sitting in Vedasana once again. Extending your arms in front of you, shoulder level, palms facing in. Taking your left arm underneath your right into your eagle arms. You can place your palms together or the backs of your hands. And then gently draw your elbows up and your hands away from your face. Relax your shoulders. Releasing and swapping sides. So now the opposite arm will go underneath, either placing backs of hands together or palms together. And gently releasing your arms, removing your block, bringing your feet in front of you, stretching out your left leg, bending your right foot well, placing that foot flat on the ground into a gentle twist, turning towards the right leg. Your right hand is behind you. And release. Swapping sides, bending your left knee now and turning towards the left leg. Your left arm is behind you. Keep the energy in that right leg by flexing your right foot. And gently releasing the twist, stretching both your legs, removing the flesh from underneath your buttocks, flexing into your toes, extending both arms overhead, hinging from the base of the spine with a really nice flat spine at first. And once you've gone as far as you can, taking one more deep breath in and then releasing all the way over, relaxing your head and your arms. Coming very gently out of your Paschimottanasana. Bending your knees, bringing the soles of your feet together into a butterfly position. So your heels are about a foot and a half or even a little bit more away from the body. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, gently fold over, relaxing your head and your arms. And very gently on your next inhalation, coming out of the posture, bringing your knees together, scooching yourself forward, lying back onto your mat, hugging your knees into your chest and rocking from side to side to massage your spine. And coming back to center, hugging your knees into your chest one more time. Releasing your feet down. Your heels are by your buttocks and your hands are by your heels. As you breathe in, lifting the pelvis into a bridge position, interlacing your hands underneath your thighs and scrunching the shoulder blades together to really open up the chest. Keep digging the heels down into the ground to help you lift your thighs and your pelvis that much higher. And on your next exhalation, releasing your hands and gently unfurling your spine. You can either go into the bridge again, or if you practice the wheel, remove any headbands and take your hands behind you, pointing your fingers towards your shoulders, pressing up onto the crown of your head first, and then pushing your hips all the way up into your wheel, staying there for a few moments. And when you're ready, gently tucking in your chin and slowly coming down from the top of your head all the way to the base of your spine. Taking your block and placing it underneath your sacrum, making sure it's not by your lower back, but the sacrum area, which is that triangular shaped bone area by your tailbone. And then bringing both your legs up one at a time, scrunching your shoulder blades together to open up the chest, and then giving your legs a little shake to activate the lymphatic system. Closing your eyes and just breathing, relaxing completely. And very gently placing one foot down onto the mat and the other, removing the block. Hugging your knees into your chest, making circles with your knees to massage your sacral area, moving in one direction and then changing directions. Hugging your knees tightly in, and as you breathe out, bringing your head up towards your knees to stretch the back of your neck, releasing back down, and taking your knees over to the left hand side as you look over the right arm in a gentle twist. And on your next inhalation, bringing your knees back up, letting them fall over to the opposite side as you look over your left arm. And on your next inhalation, bringing your knees back up, hugging them in and coming into happy baby by holding onto the soles of your feet. Your knees bend down on either side of your chest towards the ground. And gently rocking yourself up to a comfortable seated position. We're going to take a few minutes to have a meditation. So, resting one hand on top of the other in your lap, bring your thumbs to touch and gently close your eyes. And take this moment to go inward. If thoughts come in, try not to fight them. Just notice them and then very gently bring your awareness back to your breathing. Keep doing this for the next few minutes. Very gently bring your awareness back to your breathing. And very, very slowly, without disturbing your peace and trying to keep your eyes closed, lie back on your mat and then very gently stretch one leg out at a time. Allow your arms to fall relaxedly out at the sides, palms up. Your feet are quite wide apart, relaxedly falling out to the sides. Your chin is tucked in gently, so that the back of your neck is long. You can take a deep breath in and just sigh it out and completely relax. And very slowly begin to bring yourself back, feeling the weight of your body resting on the earth, bringing small movements to your fingers and toes, deepening your breathing. And if you'd like, you can have a yawn and a stretch. And then, without disturbing your peace, you can roll over onto your most comfortable side with your knees bent. Stay for a moment, having gratitude for this body and this being that you are. Very slowly coming up to a comfortable seated position with your legs crossed and your hands at your heart in a prayer position. Dropping your head down towards your heart. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we know the beauty of our own true nature. May we be healed, and may we be a source of healing in this world. Namaste.